Welcome back to part 2 of our van build series. Last episode you saw us tackle an extremely stressful couple of days installing windows and a roof fan to our van. Now that the big job is out of the way, the time has come to work through the extensive list of jobs that are necessary in order to turn this van into a well-built home on wheels. Good morning. It's another day on the van. We've woken up, we've got blue skies, still freezing as ever, but I've got the work boots out and I'm ready for another day. How do you feel?
I'm raring now. Now that the windows are done, I'm like back in positive mood. That was the most stressful part of the build for me, completely. So now I'm like, I just can't stop thinking about it. I can't sleep at night because I just want to get it done.
Which is ridiculous. But I'm hoping that we're going to have a good day today. I need a bit of persuasion. But now that we're here, now that my work boots are on, I'm in business. So I'm just going to be instructed on what I need to do today and just follow along. Because Mitch is the one who's doing all the research. So I don't know what we've got in store.
Right, so the main job of today, for both me and Martha, is to get this thermoliner down. We've done most of the soundproofing now. We've just got a few little bits around where we've fit the windows past couple of days that we need to patch up, and then basically this stuff goes over the top of every single bit of panel work that you can get, and you try and get 100% coverage across the whole of the van. Obviously apart from like your supporting beams and like your ribs across like that, all your gaps you want to get this stuff inside.
The thermoliner that we went for is from Dodo Mats, the same company we used for our sound editing in episode 1. By getting 100% coverage, or as close to in the van, it will create a waterproof closed cell foam insulation that will absorb heat and further airborne noise passing through, as well as reduce condensation buildup during the winter by reducing the panel radiation. And as we know, condensation is a van lifer's arch nemesis. Whatever you do, condensation seems to follow. But by having this liner, in the winter months it will stop the cold panels from reacting with the warmer air inside the van and creating the condensation, and then in the summer months it will be covering the hot metal to prevent the panels acting like a radiator inside, keeping it cooler, which is a win-win if you ask me. And we took the 100% coverage aspect very seriously, so Mitch spent the morning wrestling with the headliner.
Well, after a long morning, I've been doing it for now like 3 hours. I don't think that's too bad. Basically, I've been trying to get this headliner down because all this area at the front of the van isn't insulated. There's this little bit of sound deadening on it, but as you can hear, it's still mega loud. So I thought I'd take the time to get this headliner down and insulate all this area, because to me there's no point in insulating the whole of this van and then there's this massive section at the front of the van that's not insulated and not sound deadened. So I've been on a Facebook group for these vans, and luckily there was a guy on there who's basically done a whole guide on how to get this headliner down. I'm glad that it's all done now, but we're going to get this all sound deadened, insulated, and then we can get the cab back on.
Just to reiterate the importance of insulating this area, Mitch had read online that without insulation here, people had been getting water dripping into the cab area from the big metal panel above due to condensation. So even though it was a tricky job, it needed to be done. We don't seem to be having the best of luck with the weather at the moment. It's currently hailing. It's gone really cold all of a sudden. Oh my god. It's even coming in to the garage and into the van. But we are making progress. Feels very slow today compared to the other couple of days, but doing a few little fiddly bits, and we've now put the fleece and the liner in the cab bit, so Mitch is looking at putting the cab back up, and then he's going to come help me with the rest of the thermo liner that we've still got to put up, and hopefully we can try and get it all done today. But it's already nearly, I don't know, 1, nearly 2?
1 o'clock.
1. So yeah, the day's going very quickly. A job that we expected to take a few hours ended up taking us through to a good chunk of the next day. I can't believe that we're saying this, But we have finally finished the thermoliner.
That felt like it took forever.
I mean, it took a full day plus
Half a day.
Half a day now.
Including getting the cab down though.
Yeah. But still we had to thermoline and line and everything of the cab anyway. What?
Is that even English?
We just had to do all the bits for the cab as well, didn't we? Not just take the cab down. But we've finished.
Every single square centimetre.
Don't. Have you found someone?
That's a bit hard missed. That's it. I'm
Yeah.
getting the last bit.
Every little nook and cranny has been thermolined. We have taken it very seriously. I've gone back to, felt like cutting and sticking at school and making shapes and triangles that'll fit in certain places. But we've done it, and I'm hoping that that will really pay off in the long run. But I am very, very chuffed. Our van is now in the spaceship stage. And that makes it feel more real that it's going to be a home.
So it's time now to get the existing floor up to sort of, I want to see what the existing floor looks like, because if it's not too bad in terms of condition, like it's not too bad on the top, I prefer to reuse this so I don't have to cut a brand new piece of plyboard, well, multiple pieces of plyboard for the new floor, because this is 12mm thick already. It's plenty sufficient for what we want to, well, for the van floor. If it wasn't for our design with the shower, then I would just leave it as it is and not bother insulating it, because I've read from a lot of people that for the thickness of the wood, and then I think there's a little bit of carpet underneath here as well, that it's completely sufficient in terms of heat, because you don't lose a lot of heat through the floor. But because of the design, it's got to come up, and we've got to start looking at our batten layout and then bringing it up 2 inches for the shower. So that's what we're going to do now. Yeah, it's going to be a right game. What people were saying that they do, so with a long piece of wood, you make like a wedge and then keep hitting it from the back to like wedge yourself under. I think I might have to do that. Where's the joint?
By the door.
You're joking.
No.
Some more's just gone. I think we might nearly be there. How does it separate from that end? Yeah, it's a fair piece of wood, isn't it?
Ooh, that's heavy.
My wedge is stuck to it, look. I tell you what, you would struggle to get that up without that wedge, wouldn't you? That massive piece of, that's just VHB tape, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, the floor's in pretty good nick.
Yeah, wow. I'm so impressed.
Go to the road first.
You're tilting it the wrong way.
Sorry, I've got you. Yeah.
Hang on, Mitch.
One sec, I'll put it up the
We've
floor.
got opposite arms.
Oh, we'll put it on the floor.
So I'm holding the handle. I'm going to just scratch my nose with it.
You're a monkey. This is how thick the floor tape was. So without that wedge, that was not going anywhere.
looking cleaner already. I'm really impressed with how the floor is. There's only a couple of little bits of rust.
I don't think it is rust.
Do you not?
No, that is just a rust coloured mud. Look, when you rub it off, it's just white.
Oh, just like dust?
Yeah. So it doesn't look like there's one bit of rust. Obviously we'll check it all properly, but I think we're in the well, you expect it for a newish van, don't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good.
I'm so happy.
I'm probably going to be here for 2 hours getting this up.
It's another day on the van again, and we've made some progress, which we haven't been filming too much of. I was ill at the start of this week, so Mitch has been ploughing through, and for right now we have got the electricals in and the battening in for the floor. We were waiting on some floor insulation, which was meant to come yesterday and it hasn't come, so we're having to redrake all our plans, and we've now got like 4 or 5 days straight that we can just work on the van, which we're happy about, because it hopefully means that by the end of this week we should really start to see some progress. So here's a quick little recap on the work Mitch got done whilst I was ill. He managed to pull off his first big woodworking job of the build and make the subfloor, which will house our shower tray, and hopefully supply a stable foundation for all the fixtures in the van. This was the shallowest stainless steel shower tray we could find, but even so he's had to raise the floor by 63mm to allow it to fit, and because of this, the insulation board for the floor had to be specially ordered and was going to take a little while to turn up. Our first big hole was now drilled in the floor for the shower drain, so with that and the first fixing of the cables now fitted, you can truly start to visualise how our design should come together. Fingers crossed. And just on a little side note, the windows and the fan that we fit last week haven't yet leaked, which is an absolute bonus. Now that I'm back into action, we spent the morning fitting the last part of the insulation process from Dodo Mat, being the Fleece Insulation. This is an itch-free sustainable insulation quilt manufactured from recycled plastic bottles and is 50mm thick. This has a low thermal conductivity figure, which means it will absorb as much heat as possible while still not drawing in moisture from the air. And compared to the thermoliner, this was a lot easier to install and made the process super quick. We're all fully fleeced in here, which feels very good, aside from this window and the door window. That's only because we aren't fully sure on how we want the window fitting to be, so we need to just have a look at that before we start trying to put X amount of fleece in it. We've just finished putting the battens onto the roof as well, which absolutely killed my shoulders as I got the holding job. And now we're just in a weird in-between stage because our to-do list is so big. Mitch likes to just go between different jobs, and because everything needs to be done, we never fully have a structure of what we actually need to do. So I'm trying to keep him on the straight and narrow.
I think I want to try and get where the bed's going to sit on fixed. Oh my god, I'm flagging.
Yeah, the words are just not coming out today, hence why there hasn't been much filming. We're just not, I just can't speak.
Miss some fleece.
Oh, and Mitch just likes pointing out where I'm missing fleece.
There's loads missing there.
Oh, thank you so much. So that's where we're at with things. We're not experts, so this isn't any sort of tutorial on what's going on. This is just what we're trying to do. We're trying to get it done as fast as we can, but make sure we don't miss anything along the way.
So that's how wide our bed's going to be. Yeah, there's some flex in that. I didn't realise that bend's so... Oh, it's because the... I mean, that helps us a little bit with this piece. That is so bent. Everything's so hard to explain, isn't it?
I know.
Basically, I've seen a lot of videos of people who have fit these IKEA Scorver beams, which are basically just mid-beams that slide an adjustable like width. So the plan is basically to get two supporting beams across either side of the van, and then I'll show you. I'll go and get it now. Show you.
Can I just say something?
Go on.
You look like you're in a padded cell.
I need to be. These are the mid beams, which are basically going to sit alongside the bed. You slide inside each other and they can go mega length. So that will basically just sit on either side of the van on these brackets. On the end of the beams, they've just got a lip that sits inside this bracket. So all we've got to do is fit this bracket to the outside to the membrane of the van. I mean, 9 M8 bolts should be bloody plenty to hold up the bed. So my plan is just
Them good old 9 M8s. Yeah, good, aren't they?
You're doing my tits in today.
You're talking a different language. And you asked me to like confirm with you.
I should really put some tape on the end of this. Am I going to end up denting the back of the van? There is a lot of stuff in there to stop me now.
I just got that on camera.
What?
Of how many things you do and say, but you don't do anything about it. You're ridiculous.
There's all metal inside that now.
You're so, oh, honestly, your brain, it hurts.
One is as well. Well, I can't believe that that's just lined up the way that it has. I thought that that was going to be mega tight, because I basically cut the holes all to like exact size on the wood and so on. But yeah, that's just gone really well.
Has it gone swimmingly?
Absolutely.
Mitch is also just using a what's it called?
What?
What's that thing that you're using right now?
What, ratchet?
Yeah. Mitch is just using a ratchet spanner.
No, a
Ratchet, okay. Mitch is just using a ratchet, and he asked me to go get the ratchet and the 10mm attachment. And I did that thing where I looked at him and just was like, okay. And then I had to go try and figure it out myself. And to be fair, I'd done it. I'd done the 10mm, but I'd put it on the massive ratchet holder. What?
I forgot to put any sticky behind the button. I mean, it just looks a bit crap because it bends like that. But I don't think that would have held anyway overnight. It's because of that curve of the van. I'm not putting another bolt in there just for. I'm not putting a hole in the wall just because of that.
Nothing truly prepares you for the actual like curves and bends and like inconveniences of a van until you're actually trying to do it yourself and build one. But yeah, anyway, back to my story. I got it right in the end, albeit it was on the wrong one, but then I went back and got it on the other one. So I'm learning some things.
Does it look wonky? I thought it did then for a second. Oh my god, I pooed myself.
Oh my god.
I'm quite impressed.
That's a huge bed.
I'm quite impressed with that. Shall we cut the slats open? Let's do it.
I cannot believe that we've got the makings of a bed here today. Mitch has already asked me twice if we can sleep in here tonight. I said absolutely not. But yeah, I can't believe it. I mean, this definitely wasn't on the to-do list this morning, but here we are. And now we've got the slats. Oh. And our new bed.
They are in practice now. There we go.
I can't believe it that we've got a bed.
Well, we could sleep in here tonight now.
Mitch, we're not sleeping in here tonight.
Do I dare lie on it?
Well, I'm scared that the slats are going to slip.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm scared about. I'm also scared that these are going to snap without like a spread load across them.
Wow, they look so comfy.
I'm so scared to move. Wait, can we actually lie across the side?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, just. Oh no.
Mitch, you're going to have pillows and stuff.
This fleece is doing my tits in. Is this going to be here when we're done?
Oh my god.
Are we going to be like that?
Yeah, you actually will be. That's your side.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, I sleep on the left-hand side.
Yeah, that is the left.
No, it's not.
You said I'm sleeping by the door. Yeah, that is the way I sleep.
Oh yeah, it is.
Mhm.
You're stupid, Jay. I'll tell you what, I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm impressed with myself.
Is that the day's job's done?
I need to start just doing that, you know. Rather than just researching over and over, seeing what other people have done. Just try and work it out myself.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, but I've not researched how anyone else has done that, really.
But we'll see how it holds up.
It was just sort of common sense. Honestly, I'd put my life on it. The first thing that would go out of this is these beams.
Yeah.
But it says that something like each beam can take 100 and some odd kilo, so it's like 150 kilo or something stupid. So.
Well, you look very good. Can't believe that we've got a bed.
I can only just lie this way though, can't I?
Mhm. I'll be fine.
I tell you what, I'm impressed. It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like a bed.
A job well done.
In the next episode of the series, we come clean about struggling more than we'd anticipated with the build and share more about the reality of what it has been like as things really start to heat up. Once the inevitable van build jobs are out of the way, we really start to see our end goal come to life. Recording and building the van has required a lot of work, so please consider subscribing if you haven't already. It really helps our channel out. We also post a weekly newsletter onto our Patreon page for only £1 a month, which will give you more real-time insights into the build, as well as more of a behind-the-scenes look into our lives. The link will be left here if you'd like to check it out. Thanks guys, we'll catch you next time.